Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the weekly press briefing of the Kosovo Specialist Chambers, where we aim to provide journalists with an update on the latest developments at the court and the opportunity to ask questions. In the case of Piotr Szala, the defense submitted its views on how proceedings on reparations for victims should be conducted. Mr. Szala's counsel argued that the question of any eventual reparations should only be considered after the trial has been completed, in contrast to the Victims' Council, which has asked that reparations proceedings take place in parallel to criminal proceedings. Mr. Szala's lawyers agreed with Victims' Council that in case of a guilty finding, the trial panel should order reparations directly, rather than referring the matter for civil litigation in Kosovo. The trial panel has not yet decided on this matter. In the Thaci et al. Case, the pretrial judge issued a decision on 15th November concerning the timelines for the parties' submissions on the Thaci defense's request to hear the testimony of 8 witnesses prior to the trial due to their age and health condition. The Thaci defense on 11th November had filed an addendum to their previous motion on this issue. Based on the rules, the prosecution has to file their response to this addendum, if any, within 10 days. However, the pretrial judge in his decision made use of his discretion to shorten the time limits prescribed by the rules, ordering the prosecution to respond to the addendum by Friday, 18th November 2022 at the latest. He further ordered the defense to file their response to any motion from the prosecution no later than Wednesday, 23rd November 2022. The pretrial judge's reasoning for shortening these timelines includes his intention to hand over the case file to a trial panel by the end of this year and the resulting need to move matters forward as expeditiously as possible. In the same case, the pretrial judge in his latest decision of 11th November allowed for the variation of the time limits for the next detention reviews of Mr. Thaci and Mr. Veseli, as requested by the 2 defense teams during the last status conference. The next decisions on review of detention of Mr. Thaci and Mr. Veseli will therefore be rendered latest on Monday, 19th December. In other news, the single judge has granted Mr. Leitchi's request to appeal a recent decision on his second request that the SPO terminate its investigation against him. The decision is available on the KSC website.